Have you ever met a Sigma male who is an expert at ignoring women? This may have left you wondering why such a man chose not to prioritize women in his life. Different strokes for different folks, they say, but this action may seem extreme to some. However, for some reason, most Sigma males have decided that they should avoid building close relationships with women. In this video, we will be unveiling why ignoring women works for Sigma males. Watch till the end. They can have independence and privacy. Sigma males are a unique personality type that values their independence and privacy above all else. They are self-sufficient and prefer to be alone rather than part of a group or social circle. They tend to be introverted, independent thinkers who are not swayed by social norms or expectations. This personality trait is the reason why ignoring women works for Sigma males. For Sigma males, interacting with women can be seen as a distraction or interruption to their solitary lifestyle. They feel that relationships and social interactions with people of the opposite sex take away from their independence and privacy. They also feel that the traditional societal expectations placed on men in relationships, such as being a provider or protector, do not align with their values and preferences. This can lead to the decision to ignore women and focus on their own needs and desires. They are mostly not interested in the typical dating scene, which takes away their independence and often involves going out to bars or clubs or participating in social events and activities. They instead prefer to focus on their interests and pursuits, such as reading, writing, or studying. They can avoid drama and complications. Unlike alpha males, who are typically seen as the dominant and assertive leaders in a group, Sigma males tend to be more introverted and reserved. Sigma males are often seen as mysterious and enigmatic, as they tend to keep to themselves and avoid drawing attention to themselves. They are not interested in being the center of attention or being part of the in crowd. Instead, they are content to live their lives on their terms and focus on their pursuits. They are not interested in seeking validation or acceptance from others and instead focus on achieving their own goals and desires. One of the key characteristics of Sigma males is their avoidance of the drama and complications that come with interacting with women. They believe that this is the most efficient way for them to achieve their goals and maintain their independence. This doesn't mean they don't interact with women, but they tend to be more selective in their relationships and interactions. They prefer to avoid unnecessary conflicts and drama, and instead focus on building meaningful connections with those they do choose to interact with. They can live on their terms. Sigma males are a unique type of individual who is not interested in seeking validation or approval from others, particularly women, and prefer to live their lives according to their values and beliefs. They are not motivated by the need to impress or gain the approval of others and are not interested in conforming to societal expectations. Unlike alpha males, who are typically confident and assertive, Sigma males tend to be more introverted and independent. They are not interested in becoming leaders or climbing the traditional societal ladder of success. Instead, they prefer to focus on their personal growth and development. They have unique talents, skills, and passions that they pursue, and they are not swayed by societal pressures to conform or fit in. Sigma males are also known to be self-reliant. They don't depend on others for validation or approval. They are comfortable being alone and making their way in life. They are comfortable with being different and do not need validation or approval from others to validate their choices. They are content with living their lives on their terms and are not swayed by the opinions or expectations of others. They can avoid negative experiences. Some Sigma males may have had negative experiences with women in the past, which may have contributed to their preference for avoiding interactions with them. These experiences could include rejection, betrayal, or mistreatment by past partners or female acquaintances. As a result, they may have developed a mistrust for or negative perception of women in general, leading them to avoid interactions with them. This negative experience could have led them to develop a mindset where they believe that they are better off without women in their lives and that they don't need them to be happy. This mindset could have been reinforced by the negative experiences they had with women in the past, which could make them feel more comfortable and content when they are away from women. In addition, Sigma males may not have had any negative experiences with women, but they may have had other negative experiences in their lives that led them to develop a preference for being alone. They can focus on their goals and aspirations. One of the characteristics of Sigma males is that they value their independence and self-sufficiency. They are driven to achieve success and are not swayed by the opinions or expectations of others. They are not afraid to go against societal rules and chart their course in life. In terms of relationships, Sigma males may view women as a distraction from their goals. They believe that investing time and energy into a romantic relationship could take away from their ability to focus on their own personal and professional growth. They are mostly hesitant to form close relationships because they value their independence and do not want to be tied down by the expectations and obligations that come with a romantic partnership. However, this doesn't mean Sigma males don't form relationships at all. They may still form close relationships with family, friends, and colleagues. They might also have romantic relationships, but they tend to prefer those that are less traditional and more flexible, where both partners are free to pursue their own goals and aspirations. They don't have to conform to societal pressure. Sigma males, also known as independents or lone wolves, are individuals who do not conform to societal norms and expectations. One of these norms is the expectation of being in a romantic relationship. Sigma males are comfortable being single and may not feel the need to conform to societal pressure to be in a relationship. They often prioritize their independence and self-sufficiency over the desire to be in a romantic relationship. Sigma males are not necessarily introverted or shy. Rather, they are self-reliant. They are not afraid to be alone, and they enjoy their own company. They are independent thinkers and do not conform to societal pressures to fit in or conform to the status quo. Sigma males also tend to be more selective when it comes to choosing a romantic partner. They are not easily swayed by societal expectations or pressures to be in a relationship. They are more likely to wait for the right person to come along rather than settle for someone just because society deems it appropriate. They are less likely to compromise on what they want in a partner and are more likely to prioritize compatibility and shared values. They are not tied down to one person. Sigma males have a unique perspective on relationships. They believe in a less traditional approach to relationships and prioritize freedom and individuality. They do not want to be tied down to one person and prefer to have more freedom in their relationships. Sigma males see relationships as something that should enhance their lives and not define them. They believe that true love is about mutual respect, trust, and understanding. They don't want to be in a relationship that restricts their freedom or cramps their style. They value independence and the ability to do their own thing and want the same for their partners. They are not interested in playing games. When it comes to relationships, Sigma males are often seen as avoiding traditional dating games and not being interested in conforming to traditional gender roles. They may prefer to take a more laid-back approach to date, and they may not be as interested in traditional courtship rituals or conventionally pursuing women. This is not to say that Sigma males are not interested in relationships altogether, but rather that they may be more selective about the people they choose to become involved with. Some people believe that by avoiding relationships with women, Sigma males can be more authentic in their interactions and true to themselves. They may feel that traditional dating norms are too restrictive, and that they would rather be true to themselves than conform to societal expectations. Now that you know why ignoring women works for Sigma males, I'm sure you would also like to know why Sigma males attract women like magnets. Click on the image and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.